So good morning again. Thank you. And thank you again for a warm greeting for the faculty. It means a lot, and it really does lift our spirits. At last year's opening assembly, I described how I felt sitting in this room as a new lower, almost exactly 51 years ago, in September 1968. I described how the seniors looked very old to me, how the returning lowers looked relaxed and confident, and how I felt neither. Yes, I was happy to be here and felt the excitement of the day, as you do, but inside I had my doubts. Would I be able to do the work? Would I make friends? Did I really belong here? So to those new students who today might have some of the same feelings that I had 51 years ago, I will tell you the same thing that I told our new students last year. Rest assured, you can do the work. You will make lifelong friends. Absolutely, you belong here. My first hope for all of you, for our new students and for all returning students as well, is that you find joy in your time here. Joy in your classes, your clubs, and all your activities. Joy in knowing that you belong here. Joy in discovering that there are others just like you here. And joy in building friendships with others who might seem very different from you. Importantly, I hope you seek out and find the support that you need to thrive here. We have many different kinds of support, formal and informal, including proctors and student listeners in the dorms, affinity groups, deans, counselors, your teachers, coaches, advisors, doctors and nurses, and the adults who supervise clubs and other student activities, and more. We do not have these supports because some people need them. We have these supports because we all need them. There is not a person in this room, sitting out there, sitting up here, or standing at the podium who does not need the support of others. And there is not a person in this room who could not be that support, that friend, that mentor, that teacher for someone else. I hope you will aim high, focus on learning and growth rather than a narrow definition of success, and try new things. Every year, Exonians graduate with passions they discovered here and with strengths that they never imagined they could have before coming to Exeter. Dare to be one of those Exonians. We have an expression at Exeter that appears on our school seal and on one of the t-shirts, known sibi, not for oneself. The spirit of known sibi is not just about good deeds, and it is not just about how we hope to act in the future. It is about how we treat each other right here at Exeter as we go about our daily business. It is my hope that you will treat every person whom you encounter during the course of your day with dignity and respect. Every person, every day, all the time. Our deed of gift, which John Elizabeth Phillips signed in 1781, states, "But above all, it is expected that the attention of instructors to the disposition of the minds and morals of the youth under their charge will exceed every other care, well considering that though goodness without knowledge is weak and feeble, yet knowledge without goodness is dangerous, and that both united form the noblest character and lay the surest foundation of usefulness to humankind." The mission of Phillips Exeter Academy is to imbue you with goodness and knowledge, not for selfish ends, but to lay the surest foundation of usefulness to humankind. Moreover, the deed of gift expresses the belief that what happens here really matters, because, as John Elizabeth Phillips wrote, youth is the important period on the improvement or neglect of which depend the most weighty consequences to individuals themselves and the community. Our school seal reads, as does one of your teachers, Finis origine pendit, which loosely translated means the end depends upon the beginning. What you will accomplish in life, how you will live useful lives, the difference you will make will be shaped by what you learn and do here. Our commitment to teaching goodness and knowledge permeates everything we do at Exeter, and thus is manifest in many ways: through our pursuit of academic excellence, through our efforts to nurture qualities of deep inquiry, creativity, and empathy, through our commitment to the health, well-being, and holistic development of every student, through our commitment to known sibi and a culture of gratitude and humility, and through our commitment to principles of sustainable living and ethical action. Our pursuit of knowledge and goodness cannot be separated from the kind of community we seek to create. The Deed of Gifts states that the Academy shall ever be equally open to youth of requisite qualifications from every quarter. It is both an understatement and oversimplification to say that our understanding of youth from every quarter evolved over time, but it did, and we became more inclusive in terms of ethnicity, national and geographic origin, socioeconomic background, race, and religion. For the first 190 years, these changes occurred in the context of an all-male school. The decision almost 50 years ago to become coeducational was a pivotal point in the history of the Academy. And ever since then, we have steadily continued to become a more diverse and inclusive community, and have been a leader among secondary schools in our efforts to create a supportive environment for LGBTQ+ students and adults. The journey is far from complete, but with every step along the way, as we have become a more inclusive community, we have become a stronger school. In recognition of that fact, the trustees in January 2018 adopted a vision statement for diversity, equity, and inclusion that declares, diversity and inclusion are critical to sustaining and strengthening our tradition of excellence in all aspects of life at Exeter: academic, programmatic, and organizational. Fostering an experience where all participants feel they can bring their full selves forward is not merely aspirational, it is fundamental to our educational mission and method. The vision statement does not tell us what to think. It describes how we best learn. It states, we must harness perspectives from every quarter to encourage adults and students to think critically, realize and challenge their assumptions, and collaborate to forge a greater understanding of the world. This means developing an inclination toward and facility with diversity of thought, perspective, and experience. This also means cultivating the empathy, understanding, and respect necessary to open one's mind to those thoughts, perspectives, and experiences that differ from one's own. Excellence today requires nothing less. That's all from the mission statement, or the vision statement. Here at Exeter, we believe that we learn better collectively than alone, and that collectively we can better prepare ourselves to live useful lives. Thus, the vision statement also declares, our Harkness pedagogy is grounded in the belief that we are all better equipped to learn and to lead when our thoughts are tested by others, particularly by those whose thoughts or identities are different from our own. Only when we skillfully engage our differences, whether they are grounded in race, ethnicity, national or geographic origin, religious, philosophical, or political beliefs, gender or gender identity, sexual orientation, age, physical ability, family structure, socioeconomic status, or life experience, will we find a path to that greater understanding of the world and how we can be of service to it. I will supplement the list of differences I just read by acknowledging differences in how we learn. We do not all learn the same way. And I repeat from the vision statement, only when we skillfully engage across our differences will we find a path to that greater understanding of the world and how we can be of service to it. The vision statement mentions excellence 4 times. Our commitment to excellence in education and our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion go hand in hand. One cannot be separated from the other. Empathy is key, but not to be assumed. Many studies show that we all tend to have less empathy for persons whom we perceive to be different from ourselves. This means we have to work at empathy so we can see our differences as the ways in which we express our common humanity. Being open to another person's thoughts, perspectives, and experiences also requires humility. The world is larger than whatever world view each of you brought with you to Exeter. We have to be willing to accept that our own knowledge might be imperfect, to be open to new information, and understand that we are all still learning. Dr. Ruth Simmons, former president of Brown University and the first black president of an Ivy League university, said in a 2014 commencement address at Smith College, "One's voice grows stronger in encounters with opposing views. The collision of views and ideologies is in the DNA of the academic enterprise." We are entering an election season. As you just heard, our vision statement includes political beliefs in the list of our differences. A democracy presumes differences in political beliefs. As an educational institution, we value free expression at Exeter and understand that the promise of a diverse community is not fully realized without free expression, just as the value of free expression is not fully realized in the absence of a commitment to diversity. What happens when we disagree? Dr. Simmons stated clearly that it is through a collision of views and ideologies that we learn. She also told Smith students, implicit in the affirmation of your right to voice your views is your obligation to protect the rights of others to their views. Disagreement is part of the process. But this is where the qualities of empathy, humility, understanding, and respect become so important. A former dean of the Harvard School of Education in a recent book described how with social media we are creating what he called virtual gated communities where those with like-minded views only share information that confirm their beliefs. More and more we can choose to see only what we want to see. At Exeter, we strive to create the very opposite, an open community where we seek out perspectives different from our own precisely so that we can be challenged in our beliefs and learn from each other. One of the great delights for me in returning to Exeter last year was witnessing the many ways that we support and celebrate our diversity and the many ways that we strive to make our school better. I think first of the wonderfully diverse voices we heard in assembly last year, both student voices and outside speakers. But wherever I go on campus, classes, musical performances, theater, dance, athletic events, club meetings, dormitories, Phillips Church, and of course affinity group meetings, I see diverse groups of students from a wide range of backgrounds learning together, competing together, and supporting each other. As a former financial aid student, I'm particularly grateful for our school's deep commitment to socioeconomic diversity. More than 500 students will receive financial assistance this year. Our diversity is a source of strength and joy in our community. It is important that we continue to grow individually and as a community in our awareness and understanding. 2 weeks ago, we held our first internal diversity institute, attended by 48 faculty, administrators, and staff. Many other faculty, administrators, and staff, myself included, attended similar programs elsewhere during the summer. We must see ourselves as always learning and understand that we all have room to grow in our self-awareness and understanding of others. The world urgently needs us to continue doing this work. The world needs the kinds of citizens and leaders that we seek to nurture at Exeter. Citizens and leaders who will act with empathy, understanding, respect, and humility, and engage across differences. You all have the capacity to be those kinds of citizens and leaders. Many of you already are being those kinds of leaders right here at Exeter. I said at opening assembly last year that we are not special merely because we are here, but because we are here, we have the opportunity to accomplish special things. Your accomplishments this year will include high academic achievement across all disciplines. You will thrive in the visual arts, music, drama, and dance. You will compete in athletics at high levels and likely win some championships. You will excel in various club activities and student publications. You will perform in this assembly hall, give moving meditations, and explore your spirituality in your various faith traditions. You will engage in community service and champion environmental sustainability on our campus and in the world at large. You will achieve and grow in all these ways, individually and together. We will celebrate all your accomplishments, and we will support you on those occasions when you face disappointment. But no accomplishment will be more important than how we function as a community. We will learn together, we will support each other, we will celebrate our diversity in all its dimensions. We will seek to grow in our awareness and understanding of others and seek to become a stronger and more inclusive community. Our pursuit of knowledge and goodness and our commitment to excellence in all we do require nothing less. Thank you.